Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. It is August 3rd, 2026. Today is the second episode for today. I'm off work. It is 7:22 p.m. So yeah, it was a pretty chill day at work. Actually, a super chill day at work. I was expecting to do installs and stuff. We are currently a week ahead of schedule. We're waiting on people to do flooring in a house. That way we can do some more installs. We've got a shit ton built. We already have cabinets for another job set up, but we can't build them because we still haven't installed because it's a waiting game, construction shit. But yeah, so my boss asked me today, like, do you want off tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, I'll take off tomorrow because there's a couple things that I need done during the week. For one, my car still has like it's like a Amazon, some sort of like tracking device that they put on it from the dealership. I still need to get it removed. But I'm never off at all during the week. I'm only off on Saturday and Sunday, and the dealership is off or closed Saturday and Sunday, so I need to go get that done. I have a hospital bill, like a $113 hospital bill, so I'm gonna go pay it tomorrow up in Lexington. Yeah, so I didn't mind. I was like, yeah, I'll take a day off, you know. Today though was pretty chill, so I just stayed at the shop all day. Half the shift from like 9 till noon, my boss had me like cleaning out like a garage, moving all the stuff from the garage into the shop, which is like right on the same property. So pretty much moving stuff all day. Went to lunch break. After lunch break, basically, we went to a storage unit, took some boxes out of it, set up this like rack thing, went through the boxes, made a burn pile. It's honestly, dude, it's like it's a really chill fucking job. Like, I'm out in the country on my boss's property. It doesn't even sometimes feel like work. Like, it just, I mean, yes, you are working, obviously, but it's so chill, and it's just so out in the middle of the country, and it's peaceful. There's chickens running around. We got a husky at the shop running around. I cannot tell you how awesome it is for like my mental health to not be under some like fucking LED light bulbs in a dystopian, grocery store at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting like sunshine. I'm getting fresh air. Like today, I was just like throwing wood on a wood pile. Like out in the country, there's like chickens running around. There's a dog. I don't know. It's just it's peaceful. It's zen. Which you guys know me. I've always said I used to have a house out in the country and stuff, and just that hillbilly lifestyle thing. I love it, man. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna run those couple errands. Yeah, and I may put out some more podcasts tomorrow since I'm off. Sammy's off too, though. I know tomorrow is half price movie night at the theater. I don't know if any new movies are playing or Studio Ghibli or what, so I may go to the movies tomorrow, so that might be a movie review to look forward to. So I want to do a little bit of inside baseball. Let's get on with that. So, little inside baseball. Shout outs to Red Pill Paradigm. He hit me up through like a personal message on text message because I usually, honestly, dude, like I still keep up with Red Pill Paradigm. I still keep up with Mirror D80s. I was keeping up with Miss McGillicuddy, but I lost all my old numbers, and she keeps messaging me through YouTube, but then she won't text message me, so I don't know if she's cut me off, but not cut me off, and it's like, hey, I'm sorry your buddy Zach was like a pedophile, but that had nothing to do with me. I don't know. I guess she just cut me off. I don't know. The whole thing's weird. I'm like, dude, I hit you up and said, hey, message me. I lost all my old numbers, but you'll message me through YouTube. And I'm not mad. It's just kind of like, you're the one who introduced me to this Zach guy from Succor Ministries. Like, I didn't, like, sorry, but he was a sketchy dude. What does that have to do with me? I didn't even know the guy, But yeah, so I got hit up by Red Pill Paradigm. Shout outs to him. Go check his channel out. But he said, dude, you need and he was cool and respectful. And by the way, this is what I always tell people, man. Like, constructive criticism is huge, man. Like, just give me constructive criticism. So throughout the years of this podcast, I've done a lot of Drivecast. And yes, I know I need to get a phone mount. And that's what he was saying. Like, dude, get a phone mount. Like, people either want to see your face while you're driving and talking, or they want to see the road and where you're going. And I get it. I get it, It is like a visual with the audio instead of just black, or the roof of my car. I get it. Yes, podcasting is an audio format, but I've just been tight on money. I got this stupid hospital bill that came in 2 days ago for $113. I've got this stupid roof that I'm dealing with. Like, tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow. I gotta repatch the roof. I spent $500 and they didn't fix it. So now I gotta like keep dealing with it till I get it fixed, apparently, because I ain't got another $500 to throw away. So it sucks, man. Money's fucking tight, and you guys know I'm not bitching, I'm not groaning. I'm preaching to the choir, if anything, because I know you guys are suffering just as much as me, man. Shit fucking sucks, dude. I get $600 a week. Last week I had to pay $500 to get the roof fixed, and it didn't even get fixed. So there went my whole paycheck for a whole week's worth of work. It's like, but yes, I will get a phone mount. I'm working on it. It will get done. Little update for the channel. Some more inside baseball. Sammy bought some batteries. I had got a cheap copy weeks ago of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the original for Game Boy hardware. I'd never played it, and I'd never beaten it. I played the DX and beaten the DX. I reviewed it. So if you're listening on Spotify, I'll link it down below in related episodes. If you're listening on YouTube, just go to the Zelda playlist. But I always wanted to play just the original, just out of curiosity, see how much has changed from those two versions, the big differences. So I'm gonna play it and review it. It's my favorite game. Well, one of my favorites. I would say this one and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, are like my two favorite games, like, ever. They're just beautiful fucking games. It's the only like two games that like I've like felt emotional while playing, Like, I ain't gonna lie, I get teary-eyed like with Link's Awakening. I got teary-eyed when my wife bought me the black cartridge, the DX, man. I was like, oh my god. Because I hadn't played it since I was a kid, and I just immediately started getting teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my god, this game, you don't understand how much this game means to me. Like, the story, the music, it's a beautiful fucking game. And I know most people you don't hear that from most people talking about a video game, but it's fucking beautiful, man. So look forward to that for a Blue Pill podcast. As far as updates, sorry it was a little long, but I just wanted to talk about a couple things. That's about it. Let's get on with the episode. So I had been hearing about this. I heard about this yesterday and the day before, I believe. I'm not gonna lie, my days are kind of melting together. Um, I don't know if that happens with any other person, but this reminds me of a Bible verse. I'm an ex-Gen is what they call it, an ex-Christian. Um, I've read the Bible cover to cover 6 times. I know that book like the back of my hand. And that's not me bragging. It's just like, I know the Bible so well that I've used it to my advantage. Like, I remember I was at a tire shop one time, and there was this. It was out in the middle of bumfuck Egypt, Lancaster, Kentucky, and the owner was like super Christian, and we just started talking the Bible, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty evil, kind of evil on my part, because I despise Christianity and I'm a witch, but I know the Bible, so I just started talking the Bible with him, and he ended up giving me a tire for like half the price. And he's like, "Oh man, you're such a good Christian boy. You know the Bible like the back of your hand, boy." And I'm like, "Yes, sir. Yes, I love Jesus. Yeah, oh, hamming it up with this guy." And then like he just hooked me up with this tire for like half the price, and I just drive off, and I just like whispered to myself like, "Hail Satan," Hail Satan. Yeah, but I know the fucking Bible, dude. And there's a Bible verse that says, in the days of Noah, talking about Revelation and the apocalypse, we shall return to the days of Noah. So if you don't know much about Genesis 6:6, the fallen angels, according to Judaic lore, there's the J word, the tiny hat people. The fallen angels came down and they found the daughters of Adam fair, their hair, and they just found them beautiful, so they mated with them and created like the Nephilim. Now, this ties in with like ancient astronaut theory and Sumerian text. Like, the Sumerian text is honestly better than the Jewish Torah. That bullshit, because like they actually describe it almost more scientifically, of like the gods were fucking around with DNA. They were creating chimeras, hybrids, animal human hybrids, like centaurs, mermaids, satyrs, which the satyrs are in the Torah. They describe them as dancing goats. They have unicorns in the Torah, dragons. They were fucking around with DNA. So this is not actually physically fucking around with DNA, so this won't go under the Jurassic Park playlist that I have on YouTube. But it gets into robotics and Skynet and artificial intelligence and shit, robots. I'm very concerned about this shit. You guys know I cover this shit a lot on my channel. So someone created a robot centaur. It's a centaur, but it's not. Like, it's almost like it's like a centaur / Baphomet, because the face is like a goat head, like a Baphomet, which is occult as fuck. So, Northern California inventor of centaur-style robot, and it's called 3 halves, is surprised by online frenzy. So here's a little clip, and then we'll get into the article. First, we got to go through an ad. Sorry. Alright, come on now.
This is new tonight. A centaur-style robot is taking the internet by storm.
It looks a little bit nightmarish, especially with some of the shots. The strange-looking bot is actually designed, though, to save lives. It's nearly...
Did you catch that? It said satirist. We just said satyr. Satirist.
The strange-looking bot is actually designed, though, to...
Is taking the internet by storm.
It looks a little bit nightmarish, especially...
Satirist.
With some of the shots, the strange-looking bot is actually designed, though, to save lives.
Synchronicities abound.
Tall and called Three Halves, a superhumanoid general-purpose robot. You can see it had 4 legs, a horse-like body, goat-like head. The company behind it is based in Auburn. The bot's designed to go into wildfire zones and disaster sites.
Legs is a nice way to be pretty stable. It's a lot easier to make it walk compared to a biped because it's just more dynamically stable. It's quite light if you compare it to something like wheels and tracks. So that's where I ended up going with, was the 4 legs.
The centaur-style robot can even use a chainsaw with its 2 arms. That's nightmarish. I think comparisons. The company
she said that's nightmarish.
Dangerous for humans, including extreme heat, bitter cold, darkness, and other conditions.
If I saw that in the woods, I'd be terrified.
All right. So hopefully it doesn't play like the next video. Good. I think. Okay, good. We're good. You can't make this shit up. I feel like we're getting trolled sometimes, and it wouldn't surprise me because of like Operation Mockingbird Media. They're literally they had it posing with a chainsaw in one photo, which is terrifying because I'm already scared of fucking robots in general. I grew up watching Terminator and Judge Dredd. Fucking Blade Runner. I know how this shit ends, you know. Give me just a second. But it's just kind of like the episode I put out earlier today talking about the mummy sourdough recipe. Go look that shit up. I literally put it out this morning. There's like occultic undertones to it. They were making sourdough from a yeast of a 5,300-year-old mummy. And I was like, this is like almost like a satanic communion. And I can't help but just be like, this is occult as fuck. A centaur robot, 3 halves, you know, but it's also a Baphomet with a goat head. Like, it's a chimera / machine, and it even says in the Bible, I'm really not trying to go super Christian, you know, I am a witch, but I can't help but read the Bible and go, these motherfuckers are like Sabbatean Frankists who want the Christian apocalypse. They're literally using the Bible as a playbook. These people are psychos. And did you notice with that news clip, right? They always sell it as a good thing first. And by the way, okay, I'm a futurist, right? I figured out I was a futurist in kindergarten at Northwest Elementary School. We are the Mustangs at Northwest Elementary. We are the very best. You know, Northwest Elementary School, dude. My teacher, my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Kerensky, I think it was. I don't know, she was Polish. But she said, I had to write this paper, and I had this, like, utopia in my little child mind. Because I grew up watching The Jetsons. The Jetsons was one of my favorite shows. And I had this utopia of, like, because I grew up watching The Jetsons, but I also grew up watching Terminator and Blade Runner and stuff. And I was like, well, what if we... And this is honestly 1 + 1 = 2. My little child mind was like, well, what if we just had robotics and used it for the betterment of mankind? I'm not anti-robotics. I'm a futurist, a utopian futurist. These elites like Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and Elon Musk and the Palantir guy Peter Thiel, the reptile, Jeff Bezos, all these elites are dystopian futurist. I'm a utopian futurist. When I see a Roomba, I go, oh, dude, you got a Roomba. And me and the house owner, like, we're sitting there nerding out over this thing. Like, oh, wow, how long does the battery last? And I'm like picking it up, looking at it, like we're checking it out, you know? I dated a girl who was building robotics and stuff, and she was getting into robotics. I believe we can have a utopia living alongside with robots. But that's not what the elites want. Anytime there is something good, they hijack it and ruin it. You know, they do it with everything. The hippie movement, Black Lives Matter too. They turned it into Black Lives Matter. Ruined that. Anonymous, the hacker group, used to be awesome. Now it's got hijacked. Everything that is beautiful gets hijacked. Punk movement got hijacked. All these good movements get hijacked. Futurism got hijacked. Everyone thinks that there's like a negative connotation when you say, hey, I'm a futurist. People go, what? That's bad. Like, you want, like, you know, like brain chips and everyone. Speak of the devil, that was another good example, is like Neuralink. They were showing, like, on mainstream Mockingbird media, they were like, hey, dude, Neuralink is good for, like, paralyzed people. It can help them, you know, like, search the web and talk and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's beautiful. But it's also, like, Mark of the Beast type shit and mind control shit and terrifying as fuck. So they sell you with these, like, beautiful sob stories, you know? Like, right there. They said this three halves creature, this robot, can go into wildfires. It can withstand cold temperatures like blizzards and stuff. And it can be used for good. And hopefully the creator of it, I'm saying, by the way, we just seen a video of the creator. I don't think this dude's a bad guy. I'm not saying this dude's a bad guy. Don't go harassing him. Don't go fucking with him. Which my following on this channel is smart. The Conspiracy Corner army is sane and cool, and it's a good group of people we got going on here. You guys are cool. But, like, he probably does have good intentions. You know? But who's to say, like, fucking DARPA is not going to move in, or military industrial complex? They move into everything beautiful and destroy it. The government is just horrible. So Northern California inventor of centaur-style robot 3 halves is surprised by the online frenzy. Can you blame us for being surprised and a little bit spooked out when you have a Baphomet centaur with a chainsaw? You can't make this shit up. A 7-foot-tall centaur-style robot with a goat head named 3 halves might one day wield a chainsaw in the woods near you. Yeah, that's terrifying. Can you imagine, by the way, out here in the country, I lived out in Perryville, like I said earlier, we had woods. There was, like, I was living with my brother and his 4 children, like, there was times, like, the little girls would go out and just play in the woods because we lived out in the middle of nowhere. Can you imagine your 2 little girls going out into the woods playing and picking flowers and playing Princess Zelda or whatever, you know, pretend, and next thing you know, this fucking Baphomet centaur just comes marching through with a chainsaw, sawing shit down. Like, that's fucking terrifying. That's literally something out of, like, the Grimm Brothers fairy tales, you know? An online frenzy about to project this week was a big surprise to the inventor Bo, an engineer. So that's the dude who invented it, who's like I don't understand what people's freaking out about. I don't know, you could have made it look a little less satanic and a little less fucking sinister. And by the way, one day we are going to cover Baphomet. I need to cover Baphomet because Baphomet is not as evil as you think, the symbol. I know, I'm going to lose a lot of people on that, but I know the origin of it. I know what it actually means. We're going to delve into Eliphas Levi. I'm an occultist. I'm a witch. So My evil is a lot different compared to like Christian listeners' evil, you know. An engineer by day who works on the Centaur at night out of his garage in Auburn, California. Of course he's in California. Babylon. Bo said that he created the Centaurus website nearly 2 years ago to document and project his design. He would usually get about 30 hits a day. This week posts about 3 halves caught fire on X. Of course, Twitter blew the fuck up. Twitter is a good... I'm on Twitter, by the way. I'm Rapid-666. Go find me and follow me there. And he needed to increase his server bandwidth to accommodate millions of new views. 3 halves aims to save lives in wildfire zones and disaster sites by helping its operators complete dangerous tasks via a gaming controller. That's kind of cool. So it's not artificial intelligence, which is a plus for me. So I'm actually more chill with a robot than I am artificial intelligence, because it's somebody with a controller controlling it. Now, hopefully that dude's not some psychopath, you know, and like trying to saw your kids, you know. He goes postal one day. This would be a good horror movie plot, though. I did like what he said during that video clip that we watched, though, that he said something along the lines of it is more stable than bipedal. I agree with that, dude, because, I mean, this thing is like a fucking horse. The bottom half is a horse, so, like, a horse would trudge through the woods 10 times better than a man. I'm working out in the country right now, and I had to move a bunch of shit, and I wasn't even going through the woods, but I was moving through hills and rocks and shit, and a decent length, you know, about 100 feet or something, and it's really rocky and hilly and shit here in Kentucky, man, and yeah, it definitely would trudge through better than a bipedal humanoid. The robot features 4 legs for stability, a horse-like body, and a goat-like head with horns. That's where you're losing people, dude. You gotta make that thing a little more chill. By the way, here's an image of it. You can't make this shit up. Look how sinister this thing looks. It literally looks like something out of a fucking horror movie. It's terrifying. And that thing wields a chainsaw. Oh my god. I feel like sometimes, man, I've gotten to the point where this is why I say people got to get white-pilled, man, because I've gotten to the point where I laugh to keep from crying because this is so dystopian and dark and terrifying. But it's hilarious at the same time, and I have a dark sense of humor. Just, oh, it's so fucking nuts. So yeah, it has a goat-like head with horns, and it is equipped with 2 arms capable of using tools, including a chainsaw, this article says. Like, that's a good thing. This shit's fucking awesome. Oh, this thing's gonna be chasing your children around in the woods. Oh, it's awesome. I'm having fun today. Bo said that having 4 legs is a nice way to be pretty stable. It's a lot easier to make it walk compared to a biped because it's more dynamically stable. It's quite light if you compare it to something like wheels or tracks, which is what we've seen from the video. Living in an area that is prone to wildfires led Bo to consider making a robot that could help with cutting dead trees, clearing debris away from power lines, and avoiding injuries from falling branches. By the way, we covered the wildfires quite a bit on this channel years ago, probably like 4 or 5 years ago now. We covered that whole conspiracy. That shit was shady as fuck. Do you guys remember the blue roofs and all that jazz? And even Biden coming out saying, well, I guess they should have painted their roof blue. Like, wait, what this motherfuckers just say? Sleepy Joe, what'd you just say? The fun part is doing work, he said, of forestry. The not fun part is getting hurt. And I agree with that because timber, you can have trees fall on you. You could saw off a finger. I see the good aspects of it. It's just, the dude should have thought this through, like with the whole Baphomet thing and the centaur and the fallen angels, and it looks terrifying. He should have thought of something. I don't know. It needs work. Yeah. I love y'all. Let me know what you guys think of 3 halves. Please like, share, and subscribe, and y'all have a beautiful day. I may put out another episode. I don't know. Probably not today, but I will most likely put out several episodes tomorrow. Y'all have a good day.